Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another episode of I Never Met a Stranger I Didn't Like, Part 2.
Part 2.
Light of Hope. Guys, we got to know Brandi and Nancy on that last episode. We'll go ahead and introduce you guys again. So if they didn't watch the last episode, which means you should probably go back and watch it, just saying. We got Nancy Phelps, CEO of Light of Hope, and then we've got Brandi Moore, who is a volunteer for Light of Hope. I mean, she put a lot of time in there. I mean, it's pretty, that's crazy. She's working for free. That's insane. But we got to know them a little bit, and like I said in the last one, I just didn't think we'd have enough time to really, and I don't want somebody to have to sit here through a whole hour of podcast and be like, oh, I don't have time to finish or whatever it is. So this way you can split it up. You can listen to the first one on the way to work, listen to it on the second one on the way home. So we got you covered both ways there. But you guys really do cover so much. You have such a huge blanket that you're covering. So we need the time to really I want people to know what the resources are here, because I've lived here my whole life and I didn't even know the full scope of what Light of Hope does. I've known some of it and but coming in here today and walking around with you and you guys telling me, asking questions and stuff like that, I'm like, wow, it just keeps on going and it's unbelievable. So I just wanted to make sure we have enough time to cover those things and talk about, what really goes on over here. Like we said, we're right across the street from the jail here. So you guys are that first line of defense for some people. That first line as they get out of jail, they're coming back into the world. You guys are that right there ready to help them out the gate.
Yeah. That's right. We knew
first open door.
That's right. First open door and hopefully that friendly face that will help no matter what the situation is. And we'll find the connections for them for sure. But we would love to be able to stand on the street corner and have signs that say, look what we do, look what we do, look who we served. That is one thing about us is we're very respectful on the confidentiality piece. There would be any given time that anyone would come in here and they might see a very familiar face in the community or somebody very notable in our community, because addiction affects every family.
Yeah.
And if it's not directly in our family, we know someone that we either love or care for that this is a part of. So would we love to shout from the mountaintops? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why we just love having people to come by and actually learn a little bit more about what we do and see it firsthand and see it in action. We are very blessed to be on the recovery side as well as the prevention side. And so we've taken on that task about 5 or 6 years ago on the prevention side. And we would love to get everybody on the prevention end before we get on the recovery end, but we know that's not a possibility at all. We've also said we'd love to close our doors because nobody needs us. And I don't think that will ever happen because I think sadly we're going to be needed. Wouldn't it be great?
There will be, yes. We don't have to do this anymore.
But in the meantime, we're here to help in any capacity that we can, families. We want to make sure our community is aware of what we do, whether it be our schools, our churches, just in our community in general. We're blessed to serve, and our hub is here in Claremore and Rogers County, for sure. That's our focus. We've also been throughout Green Country and really across the state with our prevention pieces, for sure, over the last number of years. So,
and I love it. I think what you guys are doing is a great thing because, not only are you making awareness of what's going on out there, because, we may not see it in our backyards. We can get blind to what's going on. We get used to our bubble, and we don't see sometimes outside of that bubble. We think, well, our community's 100% safe. These things are not going on here. We don't have drugs. We don't have theft. We don't have this or that. We do. It's literally in our backyards. Everywhere we go, it's there. It doesn't matter if we're in New York City, if we're in Little Claremore, Oklahoma. It's happening. And having, somewhere to go to, feel that, to have that comfort to not being judged. It's a big part of it because, anybody, you feel judged. You've made a mistake, and we all make mistakes. So some get caught, some don't.
Right.
You know, or some are. You know, we say, well, it's bigger than other. God's eyes, He doesn't care. And so, you know, to me, it's still a mistake. You messed up. As long as you're moving past it and doing better, then you're good. Because I mean, I've made lots of mistakes in my life, and that's the way it is, the way things go. Yeah. But having that place to go where you don't feel judged, where you feel like somebody's actually going to listen to me and help me,
right.
is a big thing. It really is for somebody, because that first step is the hardest. Because it's really scary to go, oh, I need help.
I have a problem.
I mean, with my mental health, that was the scariest part, where I went, okay, I need to talk to somebody. And that was, you know, like that was hard to admit, because I'm pretty I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty prideful, and I feel like, you know, I should be able to handle this. I'm a man, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But you having to say, okay, well, I need help with, you know, whatever it is, an addiction or whatever. That's a big step. And then, you know, like you said, coming into it where they don't feel judged and they can feel that comfort and go, okay, I might actually, this may be doable. You know what I mean? Instead of having that, well, you got to do this, here we are, here, blah, blah, blah. And they go overwhelmed. I don't know where to go.
Because that's not going to work for everybody.
It's not. Yeah.
No.
You can't just say, well, here's your packet. We'll see you later.
Right.
All your resources are in here. Read over that, and we'll take care of you.
We'd love. I mean, it would be a miraculous thing if everything was cookie cutter. Wouldn't it be easy?
It'd be so easy.
Oh yeah, like you said. Here's your packet.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Yeah.
We'll take care of everything.
But no, it's so far from that.
Because you've got different situations. It could be mom, dad, son, daughter. I mean, and it could be different drug, different situations. There's that little bit you're going to have to think about what resources can we do for that.
That's right.
And you guys, I mean, you got it. I mean,
we run the gamut.
For the most part, you got it covered. Like you've got, I mean, we've walking in here, you guys got a prayer room getting set up for people to come in, and it's a calm room. I felt chill in there just standing in there. You've got the clothes in here for people to come in and things like that. So, I mean, you're giving everybody what they like, everything that they need right here, and to help them get in that direction, you know, whether it's for, like you said, getting a driver's license, getting a shirt for their back, you know, and the thing I didn't think about, like you said, they're coming out in different seasons. They may have went in summer, coming out in winter, and not have the clothes or the food or whatever it is for that, or they may have lost weight, gained weight, and you know, and you never know with that. And so they don't have the resources. That's something that you guys help take off that back. One of the stresses on your shoulders to get back integrated into life. Yeah,
you know, we didn't even think about maybe instituting again the clothing closet. We call it our Light of Hope Boutique, and our food assistance program, because we did that a number of years ago at our former location. And we just thought, well, they'll never, you know, that kind of something we did in the past kind of thing. Then the tornado happened, and we were displaced for over 9 months, and it was just truly chaotic. We said it was our most exhilaratingly exhausting time. Seriously, in the lifetime of Light of Hope. It was, and for our entire community.
Yeah, for the whole community, it was a crazy thing. And you were going into nonstop, and it was, you were tired, but you felt good because
it was amazing. Those first 6 weeks, it was absolutely insane.
We were working over with Mercy Chef, and me and my wife were like, we're going back tomorrow. We're going back tomorrow. We're going back tomorrow. And I mean, like I had cuts on my hands. I was exhausted. But like you said,
it was
at the end of the day, I was
something.
Like, man, I wish I could do this every single day. Like,
that was
something else. You know?
We partnered with Mercy Chefs the first 5 or 6 days out at Eastern Hills Baptist Church. And
I remember taking some meals out there.
Yeah. And we had just volunteers that were coming from everywhere to help. Honestly, if you didn't get off Highway 20, you had no idea how bad things were there or in town.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just
even just
tragic.
Like 88 and that side coming over here, all this over here.
It was insane.
Where we live, some of our neighbors literally lost everything. Yeah. We were very blessed that when I showed up, our house was still standing, no broken windows, missing some shingles.
What a blessing.
Like my porch furniture was gone. My bird feeder was still hanging up. Yeah. But my neighbors' houses were literally just in pieces. And so like it was a weird thing. And so
it was very
we had people like from everywhere coming in, volunteering and cleaning up. People that aren't even from Claremore were coming in and, I mean, cleaning up where we lived at. You couldn't drive through.
No. It was, I know after those first few days with partnering with Mercy Chefs, we were feeding 800 a day for lunch and for dinner. And it would take people like us, coordinating it and say, okay, you guys on your ATVs take out, 40 over in this neighborhood or 40 over here. It was crazy. And then the people that would just load up their car with food and supplies and bring it back into town. It was a time like I've never seen.
I know.
In all of my nonprofit work, we are Claremore strong, and it truly was. But we kept it going for over 6 weeks, and we'd have Cindy and our core team of volunteers would cook and Brandi and Miss Patsy. We lost Patsy, unfortunately, in December. But, we would set up and just all the food and all the volunteers to prepare it and serve it and just love on people. Yeah. When they would come into the church at Eastern Hills for those first few weeks, we just needed to talk to them about anything but the tornado.
Yeah.
It was like, I do not want to talk about anything at all about this, And then they had some damage at the church, and then we went over to Shipman's Animal Hospital, and we were in the new barn out there. It was just, you look back now and you just think that was so cool, but how ironic all of it. But then it just all kept going and just flowing. And God brought in the funds for the things that needed to be done, whether it was individuals or corporate America or the Cherokees. It was insane what happened during that time. But for Light of Hope, it gave a true sense of care for our community. And people just saw us that we actually love on people wherever you are. And that's what we want to carry throughout this. We want people to never feel alone. That kind of, when we got back into our building, that kind of spearheaded us to where people were needing clothing. Well, we kind of were like, okay, is this a sign that we're supposed to do this again? But we do it a little bit differently than a lot of them, where there's a need everywhere. So everybody that has clothing closets or resale shops or anything like that, there's a need and a purpose for all of it. And just blessed again to collaborate with everybody. We do ours upon referral. So, somebody at Grand or somebody at Cree Oaks or one of the churches or the schools or whomever, they'll call over, they'll send over their clients and say, hey, this is a need. Light of Hope can help you, whether it's clothing, toiletry items, food items, different things like that.
And it can be a family.
Absolutely.
Individual or family.
Yeah.
The items for children too.
We had a mom yesterday that came in with 4 little ones, and it was great to be able to just get them new shoes, gently used, but new to them, for sure.
To a kid, that's different.
But we want people just to know that they're loved and that they're not alone. You were talking about, the being non-judgmental. We're totally non-judgmental. Sorry about that. Non-judgmental. Yes, don't judge. No judging there. But we actually truly pride ourselves in that. And we want everybody to know, and again, with the confidentiality piece of it, everything that stays here, is said here, stays here.
Yeah.
And because Claremore is still kind of, it's a big town, but it's small.
Yeah.
You could be someplace eating and you don't want somebody hearing, what's going on over a Lot of Hope. So we do take that very serious, but we want people to know that they can come here for anything. If it's something that we don't do directly through our services, then we're going to connect them with somebody that can. Absolutely. So our resource assistance is broad and wide. Thankfully, we do partner with other organizations and help agencies. We know kind of where to send people, and we're thankful. Housing is a huge thing, a huge need in this area. So we work with different sober living programs and also different landlords that may have homes or rooms that could be, for sure. A lot of second chance employers, that kind of thing.
You need those things. Without without a little grace, I mean, they're
Yeah.
gonna. You're not giving them a chance to succeed. back into
Absolutely.
it.
If we don't
Because
provide that safe space
Yeah.
immediately, then they could turn the wrong way, right?
they could
So
go
yeah,
right
you
back
want to
into
try
it.
to, yeah.
Well, we want to give everybody an opportunity.
yeah, because I mean, we're all worth. I mean, if God says we're worthy of that,
That's right.
then I mean,
We better follow that guidance,
it's-
shouldn't we?
you've got to go with it because I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you mess up. He's still. Yeah.
Oh, we've got.
He's like, I got you. He's like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, we have consequences. That's life.
We do.
But it's you have to be compassionate and be caring and understanding. I think we've lost a lot of that in the world. It's
I think
very.
so. I agree.
You do one wrong thing and you're canceled immediately, and you never heard of again. Like
Right.
you're trash and you're gone. And
Oh, yeah.
that's not fair. I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody does.
Every person makes mistakes. I've messed up so many times. Gosh, I can't tell you the things I've, as a kid growing up. I would have got arrested probably,
No, that's right. Yeah.
I mean,
It's like,
but it was a different,
World then.
different world. But it's now we've got internet. Everybody's kids have phones and they're sending mean things, hateful things to each other, and it's just not a world
really
of
horrible.
compassion anymore. And we've kind of lost. I think we've lost that kind of thing.
well, we thought that it would be mostly focused on drugs and alcohol and that type of a situation, but addiction can look like anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is broad and wide again. And anything can become an addiction.
Anything.
And so we want people to know that it's okay. This mistake has been made, but let's just look at the restart, And we've had people that have relapsed after, gosh, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years. And it's like, what happened to me? Well, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. This is day one,
Right.
We'll start all over again.
We can do this.
And we do. We might as well have a revolving door instead of a regular front door. But, there's those that have come and gone, but they always know to come back.
They know.
And there's those that are in the midst of their recovery, 3 or 4 years. We've got one guy, bless his heart, he was in it thick with drugs and alcohol for 50 years. He's now 4 years clean and sober, and it's the best 4 years of his life, And so our groups are special, whether it be our veterans group or our grief groups or our Thursday night support groups, whatever group it is, we allow a lot of crosstalk because you've got to talk through things.
Yeah.
You really do. We have one of our groups that's kind of topic oriented. Ken leads that group, and it's really good for those that are a little bit further along in their recovery and they're ready to talk about boundaries or they're ready to talk about, what's next.
They're on the next step.
But there's also another Thursday night group that we have that we actually call it Next Steps. And it's like, okay, now tomorrow morning you're going to wake up. This is what you're going to do. And you have a list of what's
It's
next.
literally, this is how
Yeah.
we're starting it over again. Rewire. Rewiring how your brain's
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
This is going to be your new normal.
And you can call or text if you have a question or if you think, oh, I didn't do this right, or you can't do anything wrong. I mean, we can always start it over again. We can always start again, so don't get discouraged. But just have somebody to walk alongside you and just talk you through things, It could be any time of the day or night.
I mean, a big thing is accountability, having that person to be able to, maybe not if it was, they've been through that situation or they've had a loved one that goes through that situation, whatever it is, they have that comfort of knowing, okay,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying. You are not just, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
I mean,
you truly understand how I feel, and you're feeling that with me.
And I think that, and that's, our entire team and our board, they're very compassionate. And you've got to have a heart and a calling to serve others, but just the understandability of saying, okay, well, my son went through this, or my daughter went through this, and our groups are also for the parents and the families. It's addiction is not just the addict that suffers from it; it's the entire family unit.
Around it.
And so there's some Thursday nights that we have the parents or the family go to Ken's group, and then the person who's struggling, they go into our group, and we'll sit there and we'll just talk things through. Sometimes it's best to separate because they're not going to say things in front of their parents, and the parents are going to say anything in front of the kids. So, and I'm talking adult kids too. But, and we just talk things through. And a lot of it, we are founded on Christ, and we're faith-based. And so we read a lot of scriptures, and we read a lot of, and just pray and trust God with everything that we do. So He's the only way.
You kind of have to.
That's right. And some of our groups have come out of the needs that we've found around us daily, right? That show themselves. And so one is grandparents or guardians that are raising grandchildren now. That wasn't their plan after retirement, but now that's what they have. And so we found that a group supporting that has been needed, and we've added that. And then also foster families. Added one for that has is just in the beginning stages, but again,
just things that you don't
came to the surface, and then we were like, oh, well, that's what we need to help and support that right now.
I actually was at a meeting last week at a church in Ulaga, and we were talking about the foster families and adoptive families, and if it's not 100%, it's like 99.99. The reason that they have these children all of a sudden is around addiction. So we do say that it's far-reaching, and it is.
Yeah.
It really is. So these kids, they need to be loved on. They need to be supported. And they need to know that that's not an acceptable behavior, that it can be changed. And I think, and especially with our diversion group that we work with and our Light of Hope suspension and pre-suspension program through the schools, if kids know that they grow up and they only know what they live in.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if they don't know that there's another world outside of what they've been used to, they're like, I had no idea I could do this. So they're kind of stuck. And so we want to, help them. We do have grief groups, a couple of different grief groups. And at first it was for, and we have a Mother's Angels group that we partner with Nancy Williams and the Northeast Oklahoma Moms Program, and for moms who have lost children. Again, it started out as moms that might have lost a child to addiction and an adult child as well. But then it became no matter what the loss was to. And that's very special. That's the second Saturday of each month here at Light of Hope. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful. And then our other grief groups that we have, again, they're to grief to any loss, okay? So it's not just addiction, but we've grown that, and it's wonderful as well. And people that are grieving, they need to grieve together and grow together.
Exactly.
So,
And I think having that place where they can find that community for them to grow. I mean, because they go out in the world, other people may not understand what they're going through, and understand and see it, and they feel. I mean, they're coming out of a situation that's different. They're trying to get back to normal.
What the new normal is.
And having that person that's the group that, like I said, not just maybe a therapist or somebody saying, but a friend, a person that's there that's, hey, I've been through a struggling, or I'm doing the same, I'm going right through it with you too.
Right.
They glean from each other. And it's wonderful because whatever our groups are, they'll go eat lunch or dinner beforehand, before they come over, or they'll go for ice cream afterwards or something. So you love to watch those relationships build.
It's not just a meeting. It's becoming part of
part of their life.
Who they are. That's awesome. So I mean, we do this. You guys are doing the support groups. We've got clothing. You've got food. And then we're talking. You're still like, we do this. We partner with them. We partner with you guys. Literally have such a wide range. And then we talked a little bit about on the last episode, last podcast, that we the town hall you guys did. I mean, those things that you do. If anybody, you need to take advantage of them. Like honestly, it was. I'm sitting next to the mayor, and she's going, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" And I was like,
I saw you guys back there, and I was like,
"Oh my gosh!" And so it was like even her. We were both just like, "Oh my goodness!" And watching that video with, families talking about their kids that, I mean, they're not druggies, they're not kids, they bought some Adderall from somebody, or they were just one time tried something, and the way that, the fentanyl that was in there was just, they don't realize it's not the actual pill or this or that. And
It's so deceptive.
It's too late sometimes. And then you guys were even going talking into the things that are outside of the fentanyl that are coming around now, that are more starting to become more common, that's mixed with fentanyl and things like that, that Narcan doesn't even touch.
No.
Like,
Scary.
that is terrifying, because I mean, at least with Narcan, you kind of have something that could help, that could do,
In the moment.
in most chances, it works well. I mean, I watched a video today of a guy that was doing maintenance on a house. He was a maintenance man, went to this abandoned house, walked in the backyard, dude was passed out. He had Narcan and saved the dude's life. Like, he just happened to have it, but you never know. Like,
You never know.
And those are things I never. Again, or we talked about, we stay in our bubble, and I don't see those things. I mean, I see all kinds of stuff driving around. You see, in a neighborhood, you can see a big house, big fancy house too, and then a small little rundown house in the same neighborhood here. So that's kind of how it is. So you still see things, but you don't realize.
No, and I think
the scope of what is actually happening in our community, not only to adults, but like for the kids. Like, I honestly, 100%, like, I will gladly stand up and I'll go to the superintendents, every superintendent around here, and say, watch this video. We need to be doing this in every junior high and high school. Like, it needs to be, like, because it's
imperative.
It terrifies me for my kid. Growing up in some kid peer pressure. Come on, man, just do it. And they do it.
Yeah.
And that takes my kid away from me. Like, that's over one mistake that we could have stopped. Like, honestly, if I have to scare him enough to make it to the point, I mean, like, they were talking about it, he said, like 40-something% of the millions of pills that were coming across the border had a lethal amount of
That's a lot, y'all.
That's almost half of
insanity.
And when I say like thousands of pills, I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of pills.
Yeah.
So you think about hundreds of thousands, 40-something% of that have a lethal amount of fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is a lot of pills.
The odds are pretty.
You really, and so like when you start talking about something that doesn't have where you don't have anything to counteract it, that's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
That is so scary, because you can't do anything.
Yeah, we thought, we thought,
done.
okay, well, we've got
Yeah.
the kind of like the covering for the fentanyl, and we'll do the Narcan training, and then all of this, and we've settled there for quite a while, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 months ago, we get cyclorphine, and it's like, that's the one that it's a new batch, and it's like, okay, well, we got to learn all of everything's about and how dangerous this is, but then Narcan won't work on that, and you're just like, okay, but you just...
How are we supposed to fight this?
That's right. Yeah. So then all of a sudden it's like, okay,
now what do we
now
do?
we've got to make sure everybody is aware of this. So, and you were talking about the different houses, like the smaller rundown one and the big, huge mansion. We're finding more and more that it's in the bigger
house, people where,
because it's not
addiction doesn't hit
and
just
it's
one type of person.
It doesn't choose.
It doesn't choose the poverty driven or this or that. It's everybody.
And it's not who we would typically think standing on the street corner or anything like that. Everybody has our faces anymore. And that's what I think, that if people just realized that it's not a certain sector of folks anymore. It's all of us. That we just need to, and especially the ones that are in the bigger houses that you're talking about, it's really hard to admit that sometimes.
Yeah, because
and you feel there's a stigma along with it. But just to make sure that they know they're not alone and that it's okay to talk about it, and let's work together to, move mountains for our families.
So anyone can come to those town halls.
Absolutely.
And that we want those that are just curious about it. They want to learn more about it. How do I protect my children about it? How do I've got an aunt who is addicted. What can I do to help her, right? It can be anybody going through any situation like that. Because the beauty of it is that it's a panel of experts, people living the life daily. It is the police officers that are out there, the DA that's seen all of the cases. I mean, it's the health experts. Yes, exactly.
Like that,
all up there to help answer and tell you relative stories, current stories of today and what's going on. To notice that it's even in our elementary schools. Children of that age. And that's what's terrifying to us because we have children that age.
They don't even know. Like, they don't understand.
Idea.
No, they have no
our
clue
kids
what
are
it is.
so, I mean, and I hope my kids stay this. They're so oblivious. They're so
And naive.
carefree and naive. And that's how I want them to.
Want them to live
I want
that
them to be
life.
kids.
Yeah.
I want them to not have to
them
worry
to
about
be.
adult stuff.
Exactly.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And I just want them to stay that way for so long.
Yes.
As long as we can get it. And so, and I don't want to like bring these things to them, but at the same time, they have to understand.
Right.
The world is not always going to be
Right,
roses.
because some
and
things may
stuff.
look like candy.
Yeah.
It's colorful and fun and pretty.
It may look
Those
like the pill
drugs-
that you took at home from dad.
Exactly.
But it's
exactly. That's
you
not
did
your vitamin.
It's not it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to scare anybody, and we don't want that to be a fear. It's an awareness and hopefully a preventative.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, a few years ago, they were talking about Skittle parties, and we were like, what is that? And then we find after we're talking to some of our DEA partners, these kids all get together. They go to somebody's house. You're getting into the party. You bring a bottle of pills. You put them in the same bowl, and you grab a handful, and it's like, okay, how would you ever even know what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so we were kind of making sure families knew about that piece, and then all of a sudden, the fentanyl just takes over, and I mean, they can even dab in the marijuana. They can dab anything into a vape. So all of a sudden, vaping becomes a different chaos.
One of the stories on there was a little kid that took a hit off of a friend's vape and overdose.
An overdose, because it's very difficult to determine or to see what is in a
You never know.
vape.
I mean, a lot of those things are coming from overseas.
They are.
And so
they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's packaged up. You can't really.
Well, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
And it looks like, oh, that looks good.
And like Mr. Massey was saying, like it's like chocolate chips
cookies.
into cookies. You're going to dump them in there. This cookie may have 20 chocolate chips. This one may have 3. So this one may have 40 milligrams, and this one only has half.
That's been
whatever it is. And so your friend took the same pill from the same batch, but yours is what got you is because it had.
That's right.
So much fentanyl in it compared to it.
And it looks appealing, and it's like I want to try that, but just staying away from it is the best thing if we can just train them up at that.
Everything, vapes, pills, everything, all that stuff from kids. I mean, like
Even your phone.
even your phone, touching stuff. I mean, I've always been somewhat of a little bit of a germaphobe, and then having kids like. Oh man, my life, like I hate sticky hands, things like that, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Just a whole new level.
Yeah, whole new level. But I can't handle all this stickiness and dirty, like But the way that just interacting with my kids and and making them aware of what's happening is like that's a big deal. And I think, you guys, if people really should take advantage of what you guys have here and because I'll be honest, you sent me and you're like, yeah, we'd like to have you come, and I read it and I was like, fentanyl and opiate. What do I need to know about? Like really? But I was like, I'm having on the podcast. I want to go see what a little bit too. And I was like, it's not really for me, but whatever. And I walked out of there going, oh my gosh, I learned. I mean, we were there for what was it, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and so just in that hour and a half. I was like, oh my God, I learned so much that, it is crucial. I mean, today's days, you have to be somewhat cautious. And those are things that I never even thought about.
Well, yeah, because it's not.
And I don't want to be like, I don't want to try to make everybody overzealous and overthink things, but you do need to be aware of what is happening and where it could be.
Right.
Because we're seeing police officers searching people and getting it on them.
Yeah,
and
just from that search.
Down. Just from, and they're not ingesting it, they're literally touching it. And it's getting them. So
we had a video about 2 or 3 years ago now. There was a police officer with his drag dog that was checking out a car, and both the police officer and the dog dropped, but they were able to revive them.
Yeah.
But how sad is that? Because you just think you're doing your job as a police officer, and how many times have we heard that somebody's just cleaning out there's an Uber driver, like
cleaning out the car.
Steve was saying, cleaning out the car, and there was something in the back seat and he was exposed. So it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Again, we don't want the fear factor for people. We
No.
just want the awareness and to know that the possibility is out there. So thank you for giving us a platform to share this.
Absolutely.
I mean, like you said, if anything, it gives them awareness. If something were to happen to even somebody else, they see it in public and they go, I understand. I can see what's going on. I understand this.
Yeah.
I can help. I mean, I have Narcan in my car now, so I can literally, I could help somebody in that situation, knowing just from that hour and a half. Knowing
just how to recognize
the signs,
it
to
and
recognize it and what it is, to know that's the situation, because you don't have a whole lot of time to get this situation under control.
Not.
So being able to identify what it is and seeing those things, I mean, it's very beneficial, especially in the world today.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think people, I mean, there was a few people there, but really not that many.
We need 10 times that many.
What this community is, like. It was a very small fraction in this little room to hear that.
And that was, we were so fortunate because the college campus, the students had welcomed us to do that. They wanted us to come there. So we want people to know, call us and request it. Our partners are willing to want to walk out the door and come to where you are. We want to go there, put on these programs, and be able to help provide that.
Well, and the people you guys had up there were amazing
phenomenal.
people. They're great people. I mean, across the board. And so, and like you said, they have lived in it. They've seen it.
Yeah.
Whether they were on the law enforcement side or they were in it themselves.
Right.
Or, like I said, medical professionals. We had the nurse
that was there
great? And the stuff that she told. Like some of the stuff, like I was like,
never even thought
about that. You know what I mean? And then you've got us, they're saying, you sell a drug and you die from it. Everybody wants it. You're the drug dealer now.
Isn't that amazing that you can't?
That makes a lot of sense.
Nothing makes sense at all. Yeah. And it's like where our common sense comes into it. It's like it's totally opposite. But I think that we are all blessed not to be able to think that way. But it's almost like we need to think that way every once in a while to understand what that mindset looks like.
Yeah.
But we're operating against addiction. I mean, it's a different form of life itself. And so how do you combat that, right? Like, how do you talk somebody out of that? And so that's why, if we can just educate you on it.
Educate what it is.
To help them be able to
you may not even get started
themselves out.
into addiction, because of seeing, like, I wouldn't, like, that is terrifying that your odds are that high from taking a random pill. Like, that's not even like a risk worth taking. And so I think if people, and especially, some kids, if they think about that in that sense of what is the percentage that there's a 46% chance that this pill is going to kill me.
Yeah,
there's a 46% chance that this drink will kill me. Do I want to drink it or not? I'm not going to drink it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's some crazy ones out there that'll be like, let's see what happens, but like.
I don't think anybody.
Most part, people are going to go, well, that doesn't really sound like the logical thing to do.
No.
That's not your numbers are against you. Let's not do that. So and I think if people really sat down, heard that, and listened, even kids, they go, well,
maybe not.
And that's what's wonderful is, again, about the panel of experts. They know how to then go into the school and speak their language, right? They can change on how they're presenting it and the information. And I wanted to mention one of the other pieces to that when we speak with our schools, we have a wonderful therapy dog program. Jersey and Joey's support therapy dogs, and they are incredible. They're precious, and they're
so
wonderful.
precious.
And so they will, Mindy, who's their loved owner, will bring them around and bring them to that situation. And that alone, where you can see how it just helps those children to let down
relax,
and be calm, like let down their guard, be able to speak and talk about things. Like, it's a beautiful thing of what it can do. So
Animals, people don't. I'm a crazy cat guy now. Like I wasn't before. I'm never gonna have a cat. But like my cat, like knows when I'm anxious and upset, and she comes and jumps on my lap.
right.
And when I start petting her,
You relax.
I feel good.
Changes.
I feel chill. And I'm like, I was not a cat person before. I like cats, like cool, but I don't want one.
Yeah.
And then she was
Famous
a stray,
last
showed
words.
up, and I was like, now I'm a cat person, but I'm like, not. And I've had dogs, and I've had my dog now she's older than my kids. So
yeah.
it's, and I had that connection, but like you realizing that just petting a dog, petting an animal, a cat, that really does bring you down a little bit, and it can really give you that. And I always thought it was silly because people are like, this is my service dog, it just keeps me relaxed.
Yeah.
Now I kind of realize
get it.
Like I get you now, because my cat, like if I'm at work and she's not around, and I talk to her, like a person, and so then I'm like, I need my cat, because I'm like a crazy person. I'm talking to myself because I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, at least when she's around, I can be like, I'm just talking to my cat, Funny. But those times, like I really do. I'm like, I feel stressed. I'm like, where's my cat at?
Yeah.
And she's not at work or something. Like, man, it'd be nice to have my cat.
Well,
it's different things like that.
Jersey and Joey, their day job with Mindy is they're court dogs for Rogers County Court Service. Our court system
right there,
here.
not very-
They're wonderful. They are so great.
number.
But just to see them in action with, a child or a person who's having to testify, and the person that they're testifying against might be literally from you to me. I mean, very close. So we've seen that in action, and then they came on with us as our encouragement support dogs, and we've got coloring sheets that have been created, weather tips, because since the tornado, we have a campaign with them, and it's wonderful. But just to see that, and it relaxes us. I mean, I'm just like, okay, can they come over?
We love when they come for a visit.
Can they come for a visit?
Yeah,
Yes.
just let 'em come. I'm stressed out today. Can you bring them over?
That's right. They're so wonderful.
It really, I mean, animals have that way of just relaxing us, and they know. It's weird. Like
they know.
if I would feel like even in the middle of the night, if I'm like wake up and I'm like overthinking, anxious, she's like,
She knows.
where? I'm like, where did you come from? Like you smell it or something.
Yeah,
She
they do.
knows. Like how did you know?
It's that sense.
But they're
a gift from
But
God.
they know that feeling, like, and like I said, I wasn't gonna have, literally 2 weeks before she showed up, told the kids, we are not getting a cat. And then
Famous last words.
Found you.
she showed up, and it was like, I told my wife, I said, like, oh, my cat. And she's like, no. And I was like, it kind of is. Like, I'm
Surprise.
I'm like, you know how I am with Audie? She's like, yeah. And I said, that's how I am with this cat. And she was like, dang it. Because Audie was my dog. I had her before I was married, before I was had kids and all that stuff. And so she's my girl. She's old.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about her getting old because she's getting older. And I've this whole part of my life, she's been there. She's been with me every part of being a dad, a husband, and as I go through there. And so and I was in a place where I was sad, I was lonely, and I just needed something to give me meaning, to give me something to take care of. And I got a dog. And
your partner.
she's the greatest thing. And so really that comfort of having that loving thing, even if they're not yours, that just feeling of the fur and just it relaxes you sometimes.
Head on your lap.
Yeah, exactly.
We know we've seen that a lot too, and I know there will be more opportunities, but when we have our veterans support group, and there's a couple of the guys that just when the dogs are here, when Joey and Jersey are here, it just calms them. But our veterans group is very special too. So if there's any veterans,
Veterans out there looking.
absolutely, yeah. So not so much. I mean, addiction is going to fall in there someplace. So there's a
sometimes,
decent chance there is,
Yeah.
but not always. But just a group of veterans that talk to each other. We don't attend that group because we're not veterans.
We don't understand
And
what they.
it's a group that just is special to,
Young
and they
old,
understand,
right?
young and old.
Well, I mean,
yes.
you could have literally just been out
Yeah.
or been out for
That's right.
50 years.
And it doesn't matter. And Gary's he leads that group for us, and he's very adamant about it doesn't matter if you're, in active duty, if you're retired. If you took the oath, you're a part of the veterans.
You're a part of
group.
our team. Yes.
Yeah.
Part of our group.
So, and that's amazing to watch those guys just build that camaraderie and just that friendship over years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, again, common grounds. They understand what they've been through, what they've seen over there, doing those things. Because, and you said sometimes addiction comes into that because, I mean, you start adding PTSD and things like that in there. You start to self-medicate. You try to take things care of yourself because you don't know how. But going to these groups and be able to open up and learn, there's other ways to do it than without the alcohol, without the drugs, without this. We can, there's other ways to do this. And we can you can start to rewire your brain.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize, we can literally get our brains so wired, messed up that we are miserable.
Yeah.
And if you take the time to sit there and just remind yourself, like I told, I had a friend I was talking to the other day, and he was struggling stuff with the family, with kids and stuff like that. And I was like, say this with me. And he was like, what? And I was like, no, say it. I'm a good dad. And he was like, wait, you want me to say it right now? I said, yes, say it. I'm a good dad. I'm doing a good job. I was like, say it because you are. I said, don't start believing that you're not because then you won't be.
I love that because we can be our own worst enemy, can't we?
We can be our biggest downfall.
And that voice can be really loud. So I love, like you said, just to rewire.
Rewire. So even
and
coming
be
in
around people that understand that.
That are rewiring too, because if you stay in that situation, it's going to be so much. If you stay stagnant and stay where you're at, you're not going to rewire. You need to be uncomfortable. Good. It's going to be uncomfortable.
Right.
But good things come at the end.
That's right.
I mean, when they're driving how many thousand miles to go on vacation.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's boring. You're tired car, but you get there. Man, it was worth it.
You're there.
Disney World, here we are. Whatever it is, it was worth it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
So
that's a very good analogy.
we can get there. It may take some time, but we'll get. It's not going to be easy. But you're going to on the other end. It's going to be so much better than what it was.
Yeah.
And
that's great.
Like you said, you guys have going. If you guys don't provide that resource here, you are not going to say, "Well, sorry." You're going to help them find that right direction because that one thing could be the one thing that just keeps them off the end.
Yeah.
It could be something small. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to even get started.
Yeah. But it can help change the trajectory of
Exactly.
their life and get them on recovery.
I can do this. Yeah. We can do this because, and so, and then clothing, food, things like that. I mean, I want people to know, like, bring your stuff over here. Bring your clothes, bring your shoes. I mean, we were talking about our kids. My kids they grow so fast. They outgrow stuff. We have bags and bags of clothes. And I don't know why we've kept them. Some of them are like newborn for my son. I only have one boy. He's 11. I still have baby boy stuff.
You do that too.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Okay, good.
And now I'm like, I open up, I have a storage unit. I open it up, I'm like, there's some stuff back there that I haven't seen since I put it in there like 10 years ago. And so we've got so many clothes. We mentioned that, but we also, something that you talked about when we were in there, are toiletries, toothbrushes, toilet paper. We don't think toilet paper is expensive. It's ridiculous. Like $7 for 4 rolls of toilet paper. Like mind blowing. Right. It's paper and it's going down the toilet literally. So but you don't think about those things. And like we were talking, it could be the difference between dinner or toilet paper.
Yeah.
So we might not have toilet paper, but we have to eat.
We hear that quite often about toothpaste. It's the same, like, oh my gosh, we can get
like
this nice, not the dollar or two, but this is really good toothpaste, so thank you for this. And we enjoy and appreciate any of the dental offices and just hotels that help with the toiletry items, but it's the little things that we take for granted sometimes, and we think like a pillowcase or a washcloth. Or a blanket.
I've got how many blankets in my house that if everybody in the family has a blanket, I still have 20 that I can go pick. You know what I mean?
Like
you don't think
everybody's
about,
got their favorite, and they want their one.
That's my blanket. Oh, yes, my blanket. That's how it is. And so you don't think about, like you said, you take those small. When I get in the shower, I don't think twice about just grabbing the soap and taking a shower. I bought it. It isn't. You know what I mean? Like you don't think about those little things that you take for granted.
Exactly.
Now toothpaste. I do run into the time where I go in there and I'm like,
oh, I know.
Where's the?
Yes.
Because my kids, they don't use just like a little bit like they're supposed to. They like cover that thing in there, and so there's times where I go in there and I'm like,
most of it's out in the
just
sink.
bought this thing. What the heck? And I mean, toilet paper's like that in our house. I've got. For 4 girls in our house, so we go through toilet paper.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, 3 of them use the toilet now. So 3 people right now, it goes through.
And you need to buy it by the case.
That's where we're getting to.
Yeah.
I am not ready for teenage years. I'm so not ready.
Get ready.
But those are little things that we don't realize that somebody may need, and it again may just be that morale boost that they need.
Yep, that's
a new shirt on their back. It's not brand new, but it's new to them.
It's new to them.
It fits.
Yeah.
It's not over big. It's not too small. They feel presentable. They feel like a person.
And when it comes to they're always the clothing, but then there's like maybe food for a couple of days or something. And if we can just keep in mind that maybe the pop top lids are good. Or if you have just regular cans
so you don't need a can
food
opener.
that maybe, Dollar Tree or Dollar General can opener that comes with it. Because a lot of our folks are not going home.
Yeah.
They don't have a home. So they may be in their car or they may be in a hotel or something. But
those may be things that we don't think about.
That's
that
right.
Need. Because it's not just the food. You got to be able to get it open.
You got to get it open.
Cook it or, be able to eat.
Yeah. We even try to, at times, if they're staying like in a hotel or in their car or something, we like to even give them like paper plates or napkins or plasticware and things like that because, they don't have
paper plates and napkins and forks in the hotel, so like in your room.
Yeah.
So
just different things like that. So it's pretty broad. It's
the things that honestly most people don't think about.
Yeah.
We take for granted. There's so much in there that you guys are covering, that you guys are doing that.
We'd like, there's times that we think, okay, well, let's narrow this down. And we've tried how many times to kind of narrow it down. But every time you try to think, okay, well, maybe not this, then all of a sudden you're like, well, we've
a need walks in the door.
Yeah.
But it's all complete by donations
100%,
from incredible people that bring this stuff in through our doors every day. We appreciate it.
You've got clothes hanging around. You've got, you're at Sam's Club and you decide, you're standing there and you see the toilet paper. Grab an extra one if you can.
That's
and throw it in
right.
there and bring it over here
That's
to them.
right.
So
They
great.
need it. Grab, if you're, like I said, you're at Sam's or something and you see that extra pack of toothpaste, it may be $7. If you can grab it, bring it over here. That helps out.
Wonderful.
Clothes, food, all that stuff. Like you said, things that are, to kind of think outside the box yourself. Think about, really, we say this, put yourself in their position.
Yeah.
Think about if you were, like you said, in your car, how am I going to open this?
Yeah.
So let's we can do things like that. But, not to be picky about like, hey, can you donate this? But seriously, think about, literally, we'll take,
just think about the necessities.
Necessities of
The
what
necessities.
it is.
People need. Yeah.
Those are the things that you use every single day that you
Somebody
don't
may
think
not
about.
have and they need.
Yeah.
And the other part is that we've got a couple of different campaigns that I'll let Brandi talk about, but we are private and publicly funded. So families, individuals, businesses in town, we do not receive federal or state dollars.
Yeah.
So
It's tough.
Yeah.
It really is tough. We've been approached and we've kind of thought about, branching out, and there will be a time and a place. There will be a time
we
for
have
that.
to take that next step.
And I'm sure there will be. I just know there is. But, we've had a couple that have looked at us, a couple of larger grants. then they need us to give them like a 4 to 5 week period of time to get the approval and all that. We don't have 4 to 5 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's no way we could wait 4 to 5 weeks.
You can't wait for that.
So as long as the Lord allows to still continue to have our communities support us, then we're going to be here. And we're blessed that, but it is difficult. I mean, it really is.
Like I said, when we talked about earlier, you don't have money, but you still want to help. You can come volunteer. You guys do events,
absolutely.
you do things. I mean, come
Time.
in here, talk to you. You guys can find a place to put
Absolutely.
them, and you use them. And we were talking earlier too, using their skills to really, because I mean, like I said, it takes community. Everybody has their own skills to be able to do certain things better than others, and that's where it all comes in there. So you guys can help kind of get them where they need to go. So just come and say, hey, this is what I like to do. This is what I do. I know how to do this. Where could you use me? And you guys will find a place for them.
And we talked. We created a couple of years ago the 514 Club. And we just knew that there's so many people that want to support, but they may not be the, $500 a month donors or $100 a month donors. But you want to tell them about that?
Right. But 514 is, we kind of kicked off with May 14th. But if you can provide $5.14 a week, or even if it's a month, become a reoccurring donor and be able to set aside that small amount, right? Just every month, and be able to pass it along. We are able to do incredible things with that. So.
Well, think about it. I mean, sounds small, one person.
Right.
But when you have a community that does it,
that's right.
It's big.
There you go.
And so that $5.14 doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, that's something
that's
do it.
Nowadays.
It's a coffee.
That's
You're
your
exactly
energy
right.
drink and your donut in the morning.
There you go.
That's your coffee. That's just your coffee. It's those are you can skip it one day and you're still helping.
Yeah.
But even outside that, if you have, time. You can give your time and volunteer and come in and do those things as well and help out with people, because
offering your skills and your talents, just like you said.
You never
that
know.
Helps. We have a need for it.
That may be the thing that's missing.
I just think that would be wonderful.
And you never know. And so,
Great.
You guys are just doing amazing things here. And
Thank you.
I think I honestly don't know if I would be able to just keep on going, because you hear bad things, but you hear good things, and then it's just a lot of work and it's rough. And that would be a lot on my mental psyche. And I know God puts those people in, you have that heart for that certain thing, and that's what you're here. Yep. You're for that person. You're for that thing, and it's. I love that you guys. I think we're blessed that we have people like you in our community that are able to step in and do these things and be, to help run these type of communities and industries that they're helping people get through those situations, because a lot anymore it is tough. Different things that we're worrying about, getting gas in our car. Everything's expensive. You have that on top of normal, like other things. We have the internet. We have this. We know too much nowadays.
Right.
We know too much. We should the internet has made
Access
us all,
way too
and
much.
we see too much. So now we're paranoid. We see these things. There's all that. Yeah. But the world's different, and having that place where you can go, not be judged, get the help that you need, so that you are able to get out of that situation, get out of your rut, get back to the new normal, and be,
join society again.
Yeah, just be you.
Be you.
Be you, and get to live life. That's a huge deal. And so I really wanted to share that with everybody. I love what you guys do here. I'm excited to get to help out with you guys here and volunteer with you guys in the future.
You are amazing.
I think it's going to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your.
I think it's. I want to be a voice. I want to be the guy that's standing back behind you guys going, listen to them! Listen to them!
We know who to call.
Yeah. I've got some big old lungs. I can go out. I got a diaphragm. So, wherever you guys need, I want to be that to help to support it, because what you guys are doing are great. It's not, like I said, not only in the addiction side of things, but you guys are across the board helping mental health, veterans, everything in between, clothing, food. That was even beyond what I even knew you guys did here. So coming in and hearing that, like, that's even more mind-boggling. And I'm like, well, shoot, we got to get more people to help because there's so much stuff going on that we got to get more people in here and just start volunteering and start doing and helping our community.
Thank you.
The community will never get better unless the community takes care of its community.
Right.
The people take care of the people. We all start working together. We saw what happened during the tornadoes. 100%.
We could come together and do it.
If you come together,
Community come together.
we are so divided right now with this, with the AI thing and everything. Everybody is, you're this side or that side. And we have elections coming up. It's election year. So now we're back into this side or that side. During the tornado, I saw Christians coming, people from churches. I saw people that were not Christians just coming to help volunteer. People from, trucks from other from other states, other towns were coming in and hauling stuff off. You had people with big equipment like forklifts and just backhoes and everything going in and for free helping people move trees and cut down things. And when I drove through town the night of the tornado, we left our house because we live in a trailer, not going to stay there. It was coming right at us. So we left. We were driving down the turnpike. We could see, we looked, you could, the whole town of Claremore was green. It was like this, it was nighttime, so it was weird. It was like this green hue.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's a tornado. And it's going right towards our house. Like, it was the craziest thing. So we went to Verdigris where my parents live. We stopped by there. We're like, all right, it's good. Going back. We came by. It took us 2 hours to get from Verdigris to our house.
It
on
was
Dorothy.
insane.
So trying to get back into
just
town.
to get back. And we're driving around. It was like the movie Twister. It
Yeah.
was
It really was.
It was
Really
people
felt it.
sitting in pajamas on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Roots, literally, trees just fall over, houses, no roofs on. Like,
debris everywhere.
Yeah, and literally a shed in the middle of the road. Like, I had to drive through people's yards to get to my house. Finally got there. And as I'm pulling up, I see everything around me, and I'm like, we don't have a house. And we walk in there, sure enough, it was okay. And I was like, all right. So my next thought was,
such a
How do I help my neighbors?
all right, well, we have other people. So it was, but I watched our community. I watched Claremore that morning. By that morning, most of the roads were drivable. Like, you could get one car through.
passable.
Because people were going like all night long. It didn't stop. Like, I heard chainsaws all night in town.
For weeks. For weeks.
That's
and
incredible.
weeks.
I mean, it literally, the tornado just came through and people were out there with their own personal chainsaws helping their community. No questions asked, no nothing. People were walking around with water. People were driving around, like you said, delivering food to people. I had somebody bring the food that I made from Mercy Chef to me, like, piece of food. I'm like, well, I made that today.
That's right.
That's
right. I recognize that.
Cool. Yeah. Is it good? Yeah. So, it was, but there was, the community really came together. And realize how fast, I know it wasn't fast for some people, but
it was
compared to the situation that we were in, the power getting back within 15 days. All the power.
Of it, being able to.
Getting back within 15 days.
Yeah.
Getting the roads drivable. Getting people they had food.
Yeah.
They had what they needed.
Yeah.
Because what do we do as a community? We loved on each other. We stepped up and said,
did.
we can do this. Why can't we do this every single day?
and that's,
Why can we not?
It was proven that it can be done.
It can be done.
And we should do that all the time.
Yeah.
And just that mentality and that love for each other.
So, yeah. Thank you, Brandi. No, you're good. We've gone a lot longer
Love
than we
you.
were supposed
No.
to.
Love you.
Recording.
See you.
But I have to go pick up my kid.
No,
Love
you're
you.
good.
See you.
Thank
hey,
you so much,
grab you
Brandi.
lunch before you leave. But
Thank you.
But yeah, we saw it happen.
Yeah.
We know it can
We know
happen
it can
again.
We know you guys can do
And
this.
absolutely.
Every community can do that.
Everybody
It's not just
can.
Claremore.
No.
Wausau can do it. Collinsville can do it. Everybody, these towns
That's right.
need to just, just in anything, we just need to start working together.
And that's why through our town hall series that we have and the Narcan training that follows, whatever community we're in, we want to work with local law enforcement and first responders and anybody locally, the district attorneys in whatever county that we're in, because we need people to realize that, I thought this was just in Tulsa or Oklahoma City or Chicago or New York or wherever.
Yeah.
This is here.
This is
and
here.
they will actually talk about cases they might have run the night before or overdoses from the night before. And then all of a sudden people are like, This is
That happened
here
last night?
and
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Here in our own community. So I look forward to branching that out even farther.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting this morning in Owasso and we were talking about it with some folks.
Awesome.
So yeah, we look forward to it. And thank you
think-
for giving us a
Of course.
platform to
I
do.
mean, you guys are doing the work. I'm just the guy that's the middleman, like I tell everybody
Well.
else. They're not listening to me. They're listening to you guys. You guys are the ones that are you are doing amazing things. You're doing big things, regardless.
All him. I'm telling you.
And he's using you guys to do that. And it's an amazing thing. Just remember that we love you, and we think that what you guys are doing is an amazing for our community, for the people, because we need this these days. We need the help. We need support. Regardless of everything, we need support in life, and we can't do it by ourselves. We're not supposed to do it by ourselves.
you.
And so I thank you for. I mean, let's see. Light of Hope was nominated for the best nonprofit in Claremore, and Miss Nancy Phelps was voted the best CEO in Claremore. So, I mean, that right there, the heart, the way, what you do, one reason I wanted to have you on there is because I see you everywhere. All the events, you're there. You're showing up. I've talked to you. Whenever I message you, like, here's my number. I had your number still in my phone from when we talked a couple years ago at an event. And so...
Yeah, I remember that.
So I see you everywhere. You're going, and you're always smiling. You're always happy. And it's that
Well, I
takes a
tell
lot.
you, when the Claremore Progress, when they called and said that the community had voted Light of Hope again for the nonprofit of the year, I was just so thrilled because for 2025, because the last couple of years have been challenging for sure. And then when he said, in addition, you've been voted as the Claremore City, the leader of Claremore, city leader. And I was like, I was so taken aback by that because it's all about who we serve. But I cried. I was just so blessed and so thankful for everybody. But just to have Light of Hope recognized as helping people, that is what's the main and what's so important. So yeah, I love our team. I'm so thankful. I cannot express it enough. What a wonderful team we have. Our volunteers, like you said, time, talent, and treasures. That is just, we need people.
You need to show up.
Absolutely.
You have people. You have.
Yeah.
They're all over there making Memorial Day
Yes.
things right now.
Yes, and outside this door, I bet we have a dozen people here
that are-
today.
they're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
they're
going.
doing it. So, yeah.
if anybody, somebody that you need resources, you're in a situation, whatever it is, you guys are here.
Please
And
call us.
Come see them.
Yeah.
You'll walk through the door and you won't regret it. This place could be, this could change your life. This could be the place that that can help
our
you
prayer.
get back on track.
That's our prayer
And,
every day.
I love you guys. I love what
Love
you're doing
you
here. I
guys.
cannot
Thank you,
help
buddy.
I cannot
Thank you.
wait to help you guys any way I can, growing, doing whatever it is.
Well, you're gonna
I'm
be
gonna
there
have a
with
bunch of
us.
clothes with us, so
there you go.
bring it to you. So, but guys, bring your clothes, bring your food, you're at the store, grab an extra thing of toilet paper, or paper towels, toothpaste, whatever it is, toiletries, soap. Shampoo, little basic things. Grab those little bottles and bring them by here.
Great.
That does so much more than you know.
Yes.
And if anything, you're helping somebody with morale in their life and helping them feel like a human being, like they matter.
Yeah.
And that is a big deal.
It is.
So, guys, come by, see them, donate, volunteer, get over here, be involved with this, because what we have here is an amazing resource in our community. And if we can't lose it, we've got to help them keep it going and keep it growing, because it's needed. And so, guys, get involved with them any way you can. If it's donating, volunteering, whatever it is, come get involved and get in place. If it's not here, there's other, like I said, there's other nonprofits in our community that can very well use volunteers as well.
That's right.
And time and money that they could do. So find what works for you.
Yeah.
This here gives you pretty much covered bases. You can literally find something in there you can work with. So,
and feel free to call us, 918-373-4596. Those phones are with us all the time. And we just want to help. So
You guys are awesome. Nancy,
Thank you.
you are an amazing person. You have such a big heart. And I know
you are too. I'm so glad that we,
no,
are connected.
it's
So
in you're doing great things here. I know you say you got to give yourself some credit too, because you are doing it and you can't forget that. Your team,
blessed.
you're leading a team that's doing amazing things. And so it's a big part is coming from you. And that's a big deal. And I don't want you to, I don't want that. I don't want you, I know you're trying to you're like, no, you really are doing some great things. And I want you to know it's not going unnoticed. But guys, again, check out Light of Hope. If you need resources, you know somebody that does, or you just want to get involved, check them out, give them a call, come by and see them. I mean, we're right here in the middle of town. The courthouse is right there.
Yes,
You
right.
literally, if you walk around the courthouse, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Like, you just look over there. So, I mean, Nancy, I so much appreciate you taking the time. I know
you.
time, like I said, time is money, time is that. So taking the time to sit down, to talk, to share everything with everybody in this
What an
community.
honor.
And thank you for what you do, because it's great work, and I do appreciate
God
you.
bless you.
But guys, first time ever, we've had a two-part episode where we've had the same person
Thank
on
you.
2 episodes. And
What
I
an
think
honor.
that's kind of a thing to, I mean, we're only like 25 episodes in, so it's nothing crazy, but still, it's I think this was something that needed to be spoken for and be talked about, and I'm glad that I got to be part of it and I mean, like I said, I'm here to help. I cannot wait to help. I want
can't
to
wait either.
share with our community and the communities outside of Claremore and what we have and what we need. So, Nancy, I appreciate you so much.
you.
Brandi, I appreciate Brandi
She's
coming in.
awesome.
She had to go get her kids, which
Yes.
I get that. We all. So, but you guys taking the time, talking, and what you do is a huge thing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to get involved, come see them. And really, thanks for listening to another episode of I Never Met a Stranger Other Than Light. Talk to you soon.